Paul, according to my Haynes manual, it does recommend that I have a rear winch bumper on my vehicle. It's day 2 of the big winch bumper build weekend. Now, yesterday we basically fabricated Paul's bumper for the rear of the Disco. It's all pretty much ready to go now, so during the course of this week Paul is going to finish this off and we're going to follow up with this in a second video. In a couple of moments we'll actually go over where we got to on Paul's bumper. But today we're working on the L200 and we're going to take this rear step, which was basically fabricated by somebody else. I picked this up on eBay for just 15 quid, but it gives us a good starting point because our plan is to build a winch tray in here, take this number plate out, cut away the rear of the tub and have a rear winch inserted in the back of the L200. So join us as we now start work on the L200 and get a bit more fabrication done. Okay, so in the previous video, if you haven't seen it, you want to watch that and you'll see how we came to be at the point that we're at now. So Paul, what's the plans now for what you're going to do this week to finish this off?
Well, pretty much it's done like you just said. I've got to back weld all the internal joints and seam weld all the outside joints so I can grind it all off, take off these sharp edges. Well, actually there isn't that many sharp edges, but just round all the edges off, so basically fill all these and paint it. That's it. There's, I don't think we need to alter anything now because it lifts on and off, it fits, and it looks like it's going to be plenty strong enough, doesn't it?
Excellent.
Because just for, if you don't know the specs on this, the winch tray is 5mm plate, so these uprights, these body mounts, chassis mounts are all 5mm, and all the outer plates, which are just body protection, they're all 4mm plate.
And the whole thing's removable, isn't it? Because the original plan was actually to weld it into the vehicle, but now because of all the bolts and we've done it, so you can take it off. So should you ever prang it,
you can replace it,
and replace it, and
or cut it up and repair it.
Brilliant.
But yeah, that was the original plan. I was going to weld the winch tray into the chassis and then build off it, and you know, I decided not to because we sat there and thought, no, we can do it this way.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll come back with a second video to show you just actually how this, finishes up in the end.
Yep.
Today's plan is the L200.
Attack that with a plasma cutter.
Okay, so the plan with the L200 is we're going to take out what was the area where the number plate was mounted. We're going to cut this out to make the space for where the tray is going to go, and so that we've got access to this rear winch. This I picked up on eBay just for 15 quid. It's been fabricated by somebody else. The guy who bought it in the end decided he wanted to go back to the original setup with the bar and the tow hook. So I thought it's going to be, somehow we'd be able to use it for something. We've done a bit of modification on it just to raise it up because the body lift is lifted it already by 2 inches. So originally this step sat far too low. So to make sure that we maintain a reasonably good departure angle, we've raised it up. But what we want to do now is we're going to basically put a plate across the top of this in order then to put a winch tray in and mount a winch so it's underneath this rear tub. So the first job is we're going to basically work out how much of this we're going to actually cut out. We're going to relocate the number plate up on here, obviously put some lights in for it, and then we're going to get this step off and work out how we're going to put a tray across the top of it. of course we're working with the basically leftover steel from working on Paul's bumper yesterday. Rather than going out and buying more steel, all we're doing is we're going to basically put these two 5mm fillets on either side in order to then weld this piece across the top, so we end up with a piece running the full width of the bumper. So we started off with a simple step on the back that had been fabricated by somebody previously, and from that we've now built ourselves a rear winch tray. So what we've done is we've used 5mm steel all the way through. We've basically extended the base of this, so we've got somewhere to actually build up from. We've got a 5mm plate on the front in order to take the fair lead, which we've now cut out. We've put ourselves a few shackle points on, this one primarily so we can put a shackle on it to hold the hook. These ones, we may use them for something, not recovery, because we've also got under here some big, nice recovery J-rings. So this is it. All that remains to do now is going to take it off, clean it up a bit more, give it a coat of paint, and bolt it on for the final time.
Well guys, that's the underside view of Chris's tank recovery equipment, or as he calls it, his rear winch bumper. What do you think, Chris?
Right, it's alright, isn't it? It's a bit stronger than it was this morning.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, that isn't it?
Yeah, that should do the job. Two days, two winch bumpers, and we're shattered. It's safe to say. It's late at night on a Sunday. I've got an hour's drive to get home, but I think we've done pretty well for 2 days. So we've got some future videos. Paul's obviously going to finish off the one for the disco. You've got a few bits to finish on that.
I've got a lot to finish on that.
I've got to finish on there.
Finish all the welding on it, grinding up and painting and fitting.
Cool.
But that'll be done before next weekend.
Yeah, we'll bring you some videos obviously of that so you can see what's what. We've got a winch eventually to install in that. We'll show you how we wire the winches in again. So yeah, stay tuned for the future video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you like the outcome of them both, and it gives you some ideas for things that you can try. Stay tuned. That's it.
That's it. It's dead now.